Shizune intrigues me, and I kinda want to ask something about her. But I can't really ask about something that personal, can I? I can't come up with anything else to ask, so I just focus on my food while the girls talk between themselves. Misha and Shizune sign back and forth animatedly, throwing sideways glances at me, but Misha refrains from translating. Maybe they're talking about secret girl stuff or something. I quickly notice a conversation and sign is not enough to fill a silence. We arrive in the classroom early, but we're not the first. That dark-haired girl I noticed before is slumped over in her desk in the last row. She jumps a little when Misha crashes into the room with the elegance of a rhino. She shrinks deeper into her seat. I can feel her tension all the way from here, as if she were slowly turning into stone just from our presence. Misha and Shizune either don't notice or don't mind it, as they walk directly past her to their seats and begin to converse. I'm left wondering about her, even when the classroom slowly fills with other students and finally the teacher. Getting into the rhythm of school feels strange. It's as if my brain remembers how this is done, but my body doesn't. Toward the end of class, I start yawning and counting the minutes left. I shouldn't be this tired on my first day of school. Maybe it's the long time spent in the hospital that made me like this. I'm even feeling physically weak and lifeless. Before long, the final bell rings. School's finally over for the day. Beside me, Misha and Shizune are having a short conversation. After a bit of deliberation, Misha turns to me.
Unfortunately, we can't stay and show you around today, Hit-chan. We've gotta hurry out already since there's a lot of work for us to do. You'll find your way around here, I'm sure of it.
Wait. The teacher said I'd have to see the nurse. Where do I go?
Is that so? We can at least show you that much. Come on, the nurses have their own building, so we have to go outside.
We join the flow of students making their way down the stairwell and outside, with the girls pointing out other senior classrooms in the same hallway as ours. When we get outside, the girls make their way to a smaller building right next to the school. It's built in the same style, so it looks like it's actually a part of the main building.
This is the auxiliary building here. There's a lot of official and important stuff inside, like the Yamaku Foundation office and all the nurses' offices. They even have a swimming pool.
How is that official?
Don't be silly, Hee-chan. It's for physical therapy, of course. Anyway, all the nursing staff facilities are in there too. The head nurse's office is on the first floor. You'll be fine from here, right? We'll be going then. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks. Bye. A whole building for stuff that has nothing to do with the actual education? I guess it's necessary for a place like this. I walk in, hoping that this really will just be a quick visit like the teacher said. There's a white door on the left with a green cross, the text head nurse and a nameplate. A voice from inside responds to my knock almost immediately, but I can't quite make it out. It sounded a bit like an invitation to open the door, so I invite myself further in. The room is not large and it smells strange. A friendly-looking man turns around on his office chair to face me as I enter. His desk is neat and tidy, but the bin under the table is overflowing with used medical utensils, and there are at least a dozen coffee cup rings lingering on the desk.
Hello there. What can I do for you today?
He is young-looking and sort of rugged, but the dimples in his cheeks wash that impression away when he smiles. Are you the nurse? He smiles like a person who has heard this very same question hundreds of times.
Why, yes I am. It says so on the door, no? You can call me by name or just the nurse, like everyone else.
Of course. I shake off my confusion, realizing I probably should grab his extended hand. His handshake is rather firm and friendly. Right. I'm a new student, and my homeroom teacher told me to come and meet you. My name is Hisao Nakai. His eyes light up with revelation and he snaps his fingers.
Oh, you're that Nakai. I was just reading your file this morning. Some kind of chronic arrhythmia and related congenital heart and muscle deficiency, right?
He gestures for me to sit down in a vacant armchair in front of his desk. Yes.
Good. Well, you've probably already been briefed about the school enough, so I'll just go over this quickly. We have all kinds of facilities here, mostly physical therapy and such. There's always someone from my staff around, even at night, so never hesitate to call us if there is a problem.
The famous 24-hour nursing staff.
Wow, this is like a hospital.
Well, not exactly. For instance, we don't do brain surgery here.
His joke feels so out of place that I'm left wondering why he even said it.
Yeah. It's just that it's really weird to have so many medical people at a school.
You'll get used to it.
I'm not so sure of that myself, but I don't let the nurse know it.
Now, let me just find your file again.
While he searches for something from his computer and shuffles stacks of papers around, I let my gaze wander around the room. It's the epitome of generic, I'd like to say. Beige walls and ceiling, dark gray laminate flooring, and all the equipment you'd expect from a school nurse's office. Even the ridiculous educational posters are hanging on all 4 walls, reminding me to eat properly, 3 times a day and from all the food groups. Smiling, the nurse draws a thick file from a stack of similar thick files and opens it.
So, you already have medication for the arrhythmia. Just remember to take your pills every morning and evening or it won't be much help. Apart from that, do you do any sports? Rash stuff like, I don't know, boxing?
He grins at his own joke, but I don't.
Well, I played soccer occasionally with some classmates.
Alright, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to recommend you refrain from doing that, at least for the time being.
Oh.
My lack of reaction makes him raise an eyebrow, but really, I'm not too bothered by him forbidding me to kick a ball around. I guess I never did it out of burning passion for the sport, just to have something to do.
Any kind of concussion might be very dangerous to your heart, and risking another attack is not a good idea. Was the previous one caused by a sudden concussion to the chest area? There's no mention of the cause in your papers.
Not exactly.
I sidestep the question acceptably, and he glances at me over his papers, with a more serious expression on his face.
Still, you need to keep your body healthy, so some exercise would do you good. We have physical therapy and such available, as I said, but I don't really think you need such heavy measures. Just get some light exercise regularly. Brisk walks or jogging, jumping rope, that sort of thing. Swimming, maybe? There's a pool here.
So I was told.
You were? Very good. At any rate, and I'm sure you've been told this before, you just need to take care not to overexert yourself.
He wags his finger to emphasize the point. No need, really. I've heard this 1,000 times already.
Absolutely no unnecessary risks. Take care of yourself.
Okay.
He goes over my papers one more time and sets them on the desk, obviously content.
Good. That's it then. Come meet me if you ever need something.
I just want to go